Yo, what's up guys, Boogle here, and today we got the Prime Cyclone in-depth guide, a guide I was hesitant to do, but I guess we'll do it here just as a filler, because before we do get that relic bun in-depth guide out, I want to make sure I cover the most I can. Alright, this stage is pretty straightforward. The main thing here is, of course, that combo, research combo. Any other combo works, really. But research is nice, it helps out stack your rodeos pretty easily. Camera, a pretty okay unit to bring in the stage. It's just some extra DPS against the little buns. And of course, if you do have Fishman, I do recommend bringing him over camera. But my Fishman is a bit high leveled, so we're using camera instead. Pizza is very nice for the stage, but you can use slapsticks if you do have. Now 3 stallers is pretty unnecessary, you don't need 3, 2 is enough, so Manic Eraser and Eraser is more than enough. But if you want to be safe, you can bring 3. And of course our main 2 crowd control units, of course Thaumaturge to weaken the Prime Cyclone. And of course we got the main man Rodeo. Rodeo is the go-to anti-relic unit for this stage. You're gonna need those target relic talents. Other than that, it's very doable with under level 40 units, so yeah, it's a pretty easy stage. Only thing is you have to have a crowd control unit for relic. So those rodeo talents are pretty nice. And you're gonna need that target relic talent on rodeo if you are going to take on relic bun sooner or later. Unless you have a different crowd control unit, but rodeo, the main unit here in this lineup. Now of course in the second half of the video, I'm gonna go over more lineups and more unit suggestions, but for now let's just hop into the main lineup. Cat Jobs will make his appearance very soon. Now if your levels are a bit low like mine for this stage, you're gonna need to bring Rich Cat, especially when using a research combo. Rich Cat is very helpful, so if you do have a Rich Cat to spare, it does help a lot. You don't absolutely need Rich Cat, but just keep in mind, if your units are a bit low leveled like mine, Rich Cat might be the key to win this level. Because generally by the time you reach this point in the game, you should have your units at level 40, in that range, level 40 and above. My units are level 40 and below. Camera is pretty much the only unit at level 40 here, not counting, of course, Eraser. And for talents, yeah, my pizza does have waves, but you don't need waves for your pizza in this stage. The only talent you absolutely do need for this stage is of course Rodeo's target relic. And if you couldn't tell already, the strat here is of course to stack Rodeo in the beginning as much as possible, as quick as possible. That's why Rich Cat is very helpful, especially with that research combo in the beginning. And don't forget to stack Thaumaturge as well, because Thaumaturge is really key for keeping Cyclone in its place when those slow procs don't go off. Now if you're using camera like I am, you can start stacking camera early, get some nice early DPS stacking on the Cyclone itself. But if you're using Fishman, you can do that as well, but I won't risk it too much. But when the little bun waves start happening, that's when you absolutely want to start cycling Fishman, because he will tear apart the little buns very quickly, letting your rodeo of course target the relic Cyclone. And that's really the only big issue in the level, having the peons come in front of relic Cyclone, making your rodeos not target relic Cyclone and not crowd control relic Cyclone. That is why Thaumaturge is so important. But yeah, rodeo is anti-black, so Gories will kind of get bullied with Rodeo either way, even if you don't have Pizza in this lineup. But Pizza's DPS is nice to bring, so I do recommend bringing Pizza, absolutely. But other than that, once you have a very large stack of Rodeos and your Thaumaturges are of course stacked up, it should be pretty smooth sailing until of course Relic Cyclone dies, and yeah, that is pretty much it. But now let's hop into the second lineup and some other suggestions for this stage. Of course, the main thing I recommend always for one knockback enemy units is crowd control. Crowd control is the most important thing about these units that only have one knockback, so it's very crucial to bring something like Rodeo. But there's an exception, and that exception is of course Cat Jobs. Cat Jobs can make a very standalone crowd control effect with its powerful weaken, and in this lineup, as you can see, we brought a weaken up cat combo, which is a very nice cat combo to pair with cat jobs. So that 99% weaken will linger with that cat combo a lot longer than usual, and that creates a very crowd control effect where Cyclone won't be able to kill anything in front of it, and it'll be stuck in one spot, letting everything else just tear it down slowly. So Rodeo isn't needed when you're using something like Professor Cat Jobs, but it is some extra security just in case Professor Cat Jobs does miss somehow. Now of course, with Cat Jobs it opens up windows to use pretty much anything, so Can is very nice. You can even use a Bahamut. Of course, like I mentioned before, Slapsticks is very nice, and if you do have True Form Delinquent, it is very nice as well. Sniper Cat Power Up and Sniper Cat the unit itself is also very helpful for this stage. Once again, any crowd control effect is helpful against enemies with only one knockback. But yeah, you can see how easy it is without a rich cat when we're using Professor Cat Jobs, but as you can also see, money does come a bit of a struggle if you're not killing the peons quick enough. So Fishman is very nice, but Camera is that extra security. But if you aren't using any of them and you're just using Pizza, that works as well, but you just gotta make sure you get at least 1 or 2 pizzas always on the field attacking, otherwise you're gonna fall behind. Ubers, any Ubers work here really. I mean, I don't really have to go into detail of what Ubers to bring for this stage exactly. I'm sure you know which Ubers are good for this stage at this point in the game. But when you're using cat jobs, it doesn't really matter what you bring. Like I said, you could just bring a Bahamut and that is enough. But yeah, Jotaro right here does destroy the stage. That's of course with proper investment, and mine does have a lot of investment. And of course, you can use one staller if you're using cat jobs of course, and just fill in units with more DPS units. But 3 stallers is pretty unnecessary with cat jobs because you do not want to clog up that cat limit, because that can get rough, especially if your rodeos are not getting those procs and cat jobs is missing. But yeah, that pretty much does it for this level, a very easy, straightforward level. I don't really do cyclone guides because most of them are really easy, but this one was an exception because the cats you get from this stage is very good. Modern Cat, very helpful in UL. Maybe I'll do the revenge guide for this stage, we'll see, but if you guys want the revenge guide for this Cyclone stage, let me know in the comments. But yeah, drop a like if this guide helps you out, subscribe if you're new, join the hashtag Boogle gang. It's been John Boogle, and see ya.